Welcome back to Arise Entertainment 360. She's a rising star currently starring in BET's The Quad, and you can also catch her in the upcoming independent film Jen. Zoe Renee, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hey, hey.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I love the hair, the eyeshadow.
Well,
You're giving it to us today.
Thank
right? I love it. All right, so we've got to talk about Jen because I like the fact that it's a coming of age story.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it just seems like you really get in touch with this character. So tell us more about it.
Absolutely. Well, Jen is a coming of age story. It's about a mother and daughter who are really trying to find their places in this world. I play Summer. She's 17 years old and she's a carefree black girl, and she's really she's trying to figure out what life looks like for her. And at the same time, her mother is converting to Islam. She becomes a Muslim, and it really shakes Summer up because as a carefree black girl, she's, you know, wanting to dance and she's wanting to express herself in all of the ways possible. And here her mother is finding a religion that is completely different to that through her eyes, and so she's trying to find out how to make her mother happy, but also how to live her life. And it's an interesting story. It's beautiful, and you get to know the religion in a different way, and in a way that is so pure and lovely, which it is, and it's a story I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, well, how knowledgeable were you about Islam before you
Right. Well, going into it, I was extremely similar to my character in that I didn't know much. You know, I've traveled to Dubai a couple of times, so I've been in countries that practice that religion, but it wasn't a lot. I didn't know a lot about it, so I was going into it very fresh. My director, Naijla, she was able to teach me. She was able to, you know, give me different terms. She grew up Muslim, and so she was able to really help me out, and I loved getting to know more about it.
What would you say is the most interesting or intriguing thing that you did learn about it?
Well, I've never been to a masjid, and so going to the masjid, smelling the masjid, seeing the people there, it's a serene that you've probably never felt before. It's absolutely just stunning.
Yeah,
stunning.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So why did you want to do this film, though?
It was something when I first started acting that I knew that I wanted to tell stories that haven't been told much, that shined a light on a side of the world that hasn't been shined on. And so I knew that the black Muslim girl, the black carefree girl, the black family needed to be lifted up. And so this story absolutely stood out to me, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing a 17-year-old in the film, so when you were 17 in real life, were you a very religious person? Were you into going to church?
I mean, you know, I hope
I was carefree too. I was like, hey.
That's so funny. Well, I mean, 17, let's see, I was in Atlanta, Georgia, so we've got churches everywhere.
Every block.
Yeah, exactly, every block. My parents were heavy into the church, and so I was tagging along. I was interested. I was trying to figure out what truly I believed, and my parents have always given me the space to kind of figure it out. So I was floating. I was floating, still trying to figure out what I believe and what I want to do and everything. So
okay, you're young. You got time. You got time. Don't worry. So ultimately, though, what do you hope people will take away from the film? I
really hope that people see the Muslim religion in a way that sparks their heart, that a way that makes them see humans. It truly is so beautiful, and I want it to humanize the entire experience for them. That's really what I want.
That's good. It's enlightening. It's educational.
Absolutely.
So that's good. Well, where can people see it? When can they start seeing it?
We're really trying to figure out right now. We're waiting for a buyer. We want to get this movie bought and spread it throughout the entire world.
Well, it did really well at South by Southwest.
Yeah, South by Southwest. People really enjoyed it. But right now we're waiting for somebody to get it so we can put it out there and you guys can all see it. So.
Well, hopefully it'll continue to go around this festival circuit. It'll be getting out there so more people can see it.
Absolutely.
So. All right, so now we got to switch gears and talk a little bit about The Quad on BET.
Damn you.
Some people are like, right, represent. People are like addicted with this show.
Yeah.
And like people like tune in, like, you know, it reminds me of sort of like a different world when it was on back in the day. It was that hope for people who didn't know what college was or what it was like, and like I can go there, I can do that. Do you feel like you're giving people that opportunity through this show to dream about getting an education, higher education?
Absolutely. I think for me, especially, I booked The Quad when I was on my gap year, so I hadn't experienced college at all until I got on set. I was on Morehouse. I was experiencing college life in a sense. I was seeing the college guys. I was hanging out with Spelman girls. It was everything. It was so fun, you know. And I think what The Quad did so well is that we shined a light on a world, this HBCU pride, this excellence, this idea that, oh my gosh, I could go to a school and there's people that look exactly like me that are doing really well and that are just pursuing in different areas that are beautiful.
Yeah.
So I think the quad did that very well.
And of course, one of the beautiful things is the band.
I mean, come on.
I mean, you're a saxophone player on the show.
Yeah.
The band is amazing. But do you actually play an instrument in real life?
I don't play the saxophone in real life at all.
You fake it pretty well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We go through boot camp where I'm like really like. Like, how do I hold it?
Yeah.
How do I hold it? How do I do it? But no, I don't play the saxophone, and now I'm able to play a few songs on it.
Okay, like Mary Had a Little Lamb.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
So now that you've gotten this glimpse inside of a historically black college, do you think you would ever want to go to one?
Absolutely, absolutely. When I get the time to go to college, it will be a historically black college.
Yeah, you're a little busy right now, like filming everything.
Right.
You're very busy.
Yeah.
And, you know, the season 2 just ended. Do we have any insights of possibly, we're all like crossing our fingers and toes, hoping it's going to be picked up for a 3rd season. Have you heard any rumbles? What can you tell us?
What?
Spill the tea.
I hate to be the one to tell you here, but we will not be coming back for a season 3.
Stop it. Are you serious?
Yeah. It's really, it's hard. It's hard. The quad will not be coming back for a season 3. But what's really cool is that I think we were able to tell the story that we needed to tell. Unfortunately, it did end, you know, a little soon, but we told some good stories and we shined a light and we employed a lot of beautiful brown people. So I mean, I'm happy for that.
Wow, an exclusive. You heard it here first, right at Rise 360. But I don't think it's over. It can be bought by another network. It can still go on. Netflix, are you listening right now? Come on. The quad on Netflix. I'm just saying, I'm going to put it out there and hope they hear me. I'm going to send them the clip. You know,
wink.
Right. So you're also busy doing many other things. Tell us about some of the other things you're involved in.
Yeah, so I do charities a lot, and it's something that's extremely important to me coming from Atlanta, where, you know, my parents are heavy into that whole field of just life. I wanted to get out and really explore other things that I could help out with, and Days for Girls is a charity that I'm really, really, really proud of and proud to kind of be a part of or help in. It's a charity that donates and creates feminine products for girls who really can't get them. They're reusable and they help a lot. And so they put together extreme packages and send them out, and they get them to the girls that need them, and it works. So.
And it seems like a lot of your work with the other nonprofits too revolve around empowering young women. Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's super important to me. I mean, for me, I grew up with a very strong and thick women group, gang. I was able to grow up with these women that really looked out for me, and I hope that I'm able to do the exact same thing for someone else. And I started a sister circle, so little ones that I'm able to talk to, and they're able to ask questions, and we're able to kind of just figure some things out together. It's super important to me.
You say you hope you do that, but I think you do. I think you were doing it before you realized you were doing it, when you had your YouTube channel.
Oh, no.
And it was like 2-3 years ago when you were like got to LA, and she would be like, hey, I'm in LA. I think you were empowering people because so many people are afraid to dream and afraid to step out and say, I'm going to do it, regardless how young you were. You were like, I'm going to do it. And you did it.
Yeah.
I would love to see more of those. I'm just going to put it out there. To, you know,
maybe it'll come back.
Get
maybe
back
the
to
YouTube channel will come back.
Yeah, so we hope that comes back. We hope the quad comes back. And we hope you come back to the show on your next project.
Absolutely. I will definitely be here.
All right. And look out for Jen as well. Zoe, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us. But don't go anywhere. We have more at Rise 360 after the break.